Governor Greg Abbott is giving his State of the State address tonight at 7 o'clock.
He'll discuss the most pressing issues Texas faces right now. We expect he'll go over what he sees as priorities for this legislative session.
KXAN's Maggie Glynn joining us live from where the governor is set to speak in just under 2 hours. Maggie?
Robert and Sydney, the governor has ventured outside of the Capitol for the past 2 weeks, traveling to Houston, San Antonio, and Midland to outline some of those legislative priorities. And tonight, we're expecting him to repeat some of those same topics he's been pushing, but this time from a Texas-born business right outside of Austin.
Broadband access is not a luxury. It is an essential tool for businesses, for education, as well as for accessing health care.
Some of the governor's legislative priorities this session are based on lessons learned from the pandemic.
We want to continue to expand the use of telehealth as we move forward, both during the course of the pandemic and after the pandemic.
His other health care goals: maintaining a PPE stockpile and increasing mental health coverage. But Democrats say the governor is missing something big.
We will meet the governor in bipartisan support of those three issues. We are going to continue to work hard to make sure everyone understands the importance for Medicaid expansion.
From the state's capital earlier this month, the governor said he'll push for legislation that strips cities' ability to use their sales tax revenue if they remove funding or resources from their police department.
Texas must set the example for the United States of America in what we do to not only support law enforcement, but to fully fund law enforcement agencies.
Democrats say the focus for public safety should be policing and criminal justice reform instead.
I hope that he'll signal support for the George Floyd Act filed by my colleague, Representative Sophronia Thompson, to take on a number of important policing reforms.
The governor has also addressed tactics he thinks will help businesses in the state. Those include streamlining permitting processes and offering legal protections to businesses that stayed open safely throughout the pandemic. Reporting from the very venue the governor will be speaking at in just a few hours. Maggie Glynn, KXAN News.
The State of the State address will get underway at 7 o'clock tonight. You can see it live here on KXAN. You'll also hear the response from Democratic leaders. You can also join our Sally Hernandez and Josh Hinkle for a roundtable discussion with Texas lawmakers.